Hi everyone, it's Gary here. This is our channel called Honoring the Mission that we're on. It's about finishing strong. It's specifically made for people over 50 and for those people who don't want to retire. So if you want to retire and you've set yourself up and you want to scale back and retire, this is not for you. We don't talk about retirement on this channel. That's out of bounds. So we talk about how to retool. We talk about how to start again in the later part of your life, how to finish strong, how to have a purpose, be on mission, get stronger in every way, and move forward and enjoy the last half of your life. We should be wise by now to have special skills. So we talk about our 21 principles of finishing strong. That's pretty much what we talk about on this channel. And today we've had some introductory. We spoke a little bit about what we do and about in other episodes, but today we're talking about number one, which is how do you start? Like, how do you go from here? And what do you have? What assets do you have? So this is not about cutting back. This is not about having fun and going on trips, although that's possible. It's about changing the way you work, working smarter, possibly less hours, but still attracting revenue in your life, and setting yourself up for the last final chapter on this earth. And I think that's quite relevant because I've been interviewing a lot of men and women. I talk to a lot of people about, in my age group, 50, 60, about what they're doing. Some are starting businesses, some are buying in businesses, some have got sponsors and investment, some want to retire and just go and play golf. Although the ones I speak to after a few months of playing golf, it's like, is that it? And I'm here to say that's not the way to go. Even if you have enough money to retire, the Lord's given us talents. We need to use them to stay on mission and on purpose. So that's what this is all about. So if you fit into that age group, then welcome. We think it's a great topic. And as we talk to our fellows on the same path as us, we see what others are doing. We find that quite interesting. And we believe we can help many people. And if we, on this channel, and we're going to have some subject matter experts, if we can help people to finish strong in their lives, isn't that a great mission to be on? So I've walked the path. I started again from ground zero at 54 after a few obstacles and sold some businesses. I used to be in construction and manufacturing, and I stopped all that, and I started a whole new life in a digital business. I had to go and study. I had to start again. So today, the principle number one would be to look at the assets that you have, and not just money assets, but your network. Who do you know? Go through your phone. I mean, I started doing that, and I realized I need to connect more with people. I need to learn. We need to learn skills that we weren't taught when we were younger. Things like sales. No one really taught us about sales and marketing at school or even at university. It wasn't such a big topic. No one really taught us how to be financially literate. Balance sheets, cash flow statements, P&Ls. Like, first business I ran was a construction, and we were building houses. I didn't even know how to use a P&L. I only learned it later in life because month good, month bad, what happened, who knows? What's your cost of sales percentage? I don't know. It was quite sad. So I ran that. I mean, my first business I ran for 10 years and I did okay. I did well, but did I really know what is going on? When I think back now, I had no wisdom. So I think as we get older, we get, life can give us a good hit as well. You take a few punches, you learn from that. So by this stage, we should have learned about those three skills that we never taught at school. The value of relationships. I think when I started again at 54, and I started 3 businesses, 1 failed, 2 did quite well, and they're still running, and they're really good. I enjoy what I do. However, I had to take some chances, and I had to build relationships. And without the relationships that I'd built, I'd have struggled, because once I started again, I thought, let me get some revenue flowing. So I started doing consulting work before I had engines built on specific things, some products, some brands. And it takes a long time, but it also, if you chip away at it every single day, by the end of the year, you've actually got some skills. And I remember I would study every day when I was 54 and started again. Every day I would study, and I had to go and get certified in certain things. I had to write exams. And to me, it was a learning curve. It was fascinating. I was learning new skills, and I just hammered away every single day until people started asking me to. I remember people would say, "Oh, can you help me with that?" How do you do an automated campaign? How do you do a paid ad? How do you build content? How do you audit certain digital tools and products? So it was quite amazing that, but I had to communicate. I had to be very clear on my message, on what I was doing. And then I had some sales consulting projects, which was really good. I had some marketing consulting projects, which was also all through relationships. So I think, a lot of research I did, people say, oh, yeah, scale back, and it must be, it's time to be comfortable. No, it's not. At 60, at 50, it's not time to be comfortable. You can be more comfortable with and use wisdom, but you still need a revenue flow. You still need to hunt. You still need to get out there and go for it. And you say, oh, it's all about alpha males. No, it's about getting the job done, looking after your family, looking after your children, not being a liability, and staying fit and healthy in every area of your life and moving forward in every area, keeping your brain working. And I think we have to make some hard decisions. I've been talking to a lot of men and women in my sort of demographic, my cohort, and we talk about not seeking comfort. And we're still talking about how to grow. Where some of the guys they're cutting back. They're cutting back. And I said, that's what am I going to look forward to, cutting back? I don't want to look forward to that. So I think we have to make some very clear decisions and not say, well, I don't really feel like getting up in the morning to go and train. Well, it's not about how you feel. If you're going to do everything about how you feel, think, and act, then it's like you're not going to do much because it's cold, it's raining, it's too hot, it's too this, there's something else, there's phone calls, there's some. We have to stop that. And I've been like talking to myself, like as I get older, it's not about how I feel, and it's not about seeking comfort. I've cancelled my streaming videos. I don't want to watch nonsense anymore. I'm starting to, what can I learn? What about ChatGPT, the new voice function that came out this week or last week? How it can be an agent and a personal assistant to you. Meta AI is amazing. So we've been learning about Copilot, Microsoft, all the Microsoft products, the Google suite of products that are now Gemini's coming to all of them, helping us build ads, helping us in everything we do. Go to Google Workspace. We'll talk about tools another time. But it's actually about retooling yourself and learning these products. AI is coming in. It's changing the way we do business. It's helping us build ads. It's helping us streamline everything we do. It helps us with content creation. You can do text to video. You can do voice to video. It's just like builds it in front of you. Go to Meta AI and build an image. Like builds it as you ask it to build something. Show me a horse riding on a beach. There it's done. It's amazing. Change a color. Put in a logo. Do something. It's absolutely amazing. So we've been playing with this, doing printouts, putting motivational things on the wall, messing around. But it's not commercial quality yet, but it's 70, 80% of the content can be created by AI tools. Go and learn a few. Go and set up Google Workspace. Learn this whole suite of Google products. What else do you know? Go and learn the Microsoft products. Invest in yourself. Go training. Get certified. We got Google certified. I had to write exams again. And no problem. You go and study. You haven't got children to worry about to cart around in the afternoons. So by this age, you have time and don't waste it, because you may live till you're 90. Maybe. Bible says 60, 75. Maybe you live till older. Maybe you live till 80. You're 60. You still have time left. So my question to everybody, and I ask everyone this, is like, what are you going to do with that time? How are you going to finish strong? What's the legacy you're going to leave? Or you're going to be a liability? So let's get back to the core, which is like number 1 and 2 is, what do you have? And the assets could be networks, relationships. Who do you know? What skills do you have? Could you shop? And then number 2 is actually study. You've got to go and do some studying. And I'm not saying go and do a degree. I'm not saying go and sign up for 3 years of study. That's not necessary. Go and do a 10-day course about understanding finance. Go and do a 3-month course on digital products or software, or get certified. Learn AI. I've joined a network now. We're in like a group every week. I pay for it, not expensive, but I pay to be on this group every week to learn about the new AI products. And sometimes, like, dude, it's like drinking from the fire hydrant. Like, we just study one and there's 3 more the next week. It's like, hang on, let's just get good at one. But then how about this one's better? Oh no, but this one, like ChatGPT, no, that's good again, because now that's got voice. It's just amazing. But study some software. Software is the cloud software is the future. There's so many tools that can help us and be productive in whatever you do. So if we sit back and say, no, I'm not computer literate, well, then go and become, I did an A1 technician course so I could understand how to put my computer together and how to put the peripherals and set up the network at home. So I'm tired of waiting for somebody else to do it where you sit back and there's so many guys my age, no, we passed that, we don't understand digital. Where's the 20-year-olds to come and show us? No, no. Be on mission. Go and, if it worries you, go and study it. If you in whatever, and then I'm talking about whatever business you're in. So if you're in finance or you in medical or you in whatever, it doesn't matter what you're in. Manufacturing, you can go and understand automation. Go and study something that you can have something to offer. As I studied, like I said, as I studied more and more, people would come and ask me for help, and so it would open up avenues. I even helped with some HR structures and terminating contracts because I'd done that when I was in manufacturing. I'd help people to do that and they'd pay me for my time. And I started the wheel turning, but it can take 3 to 4 years to start getting revenue flow again. Someone said to me the other day, it takes 10 years to build something of value. Well, if you're 50 or 55, you can build something in 10 years, and then how do you finish strong from there? You may use that. The 2 companies are built. I'm not going to stop them. I'm going to carry on operating those companies, and I'm just employ young people, and no one can retrench me. What a pleasure. Doesn't matter if I'm 60, whatever 60. There is no retrenchment age in my agreement because I own a PTY, and we'll get into the entity that you're going to own and how to operate and how the tax around that helped me. So we'll get to that. But today it's about, what are you bringing to the party? What skills? Like, first of all, what do you want? Okay. Like, if you want to retire, like I said, this is not for you. But if you're serious about finishing strong and still continuing to attract revenue in your life, then this is actually what we're talking about. And I'm here to challenge you, and I'm here to hopefully help you because I've done this. I started again, and there were some hectic obstacles I had to get through. Hectic. We'll go through that another time. But I had to start again, and I made it work. But it took me a couple of years. There's no easy fix. But with experience, there was a difference. And it doesn't mean to say working harder and being a nutcase. It means being very smart, finding the right partnerships. I even had some affiliate marketing income, finding partnerships, finding the right people to work with. Maybe getting the one product we sell in one of our brands is we got the agency for it. Now we export it into African countries and we distribute throughout South Africa. But it was a rumble to get it. And it was not an easy process. In the first 2 years of that product, nothing happened. I think normal people would say, what are you doing? But now it's bringing in revenue into my life and it's not going to stop. But it was 2 years of hard planting that sometimes I think I don't know if this is going to work ever, but through faith and diligence and not worrying about how I feel, I made it work. And I want to help others because I talk to so many people. And like I said, some are starting businesses, some are investing, some are desperate, some are looking at retirement now and they're not sure what they're going to do. And maybe they have enough money to survive. Who wants to survive? This is not just for men, or this is for men and women, but if you're an assertive, leaning forward into it, wanting to do better, not wanting to cut back and like starting to be on the defensive, like leaning back. No, we move forward, we lean forward, we move forward on the offensive. If you have that spirit and you want to keep going, then it's not time to cut back. It's time to actually learn more and be hungry and get your energy up. And we'll talk about the medical side of it and testosterone. We'll get some specialist in for that. I've been talking to guys about testosterone levels and all these things that older men suffer from, but it's no excuse. I spoke to another guy who's overweight. He said, no, his knees are sore. I said, so in the rest of your body, can't you train? So it's like, once again, I'm going to say it many times. It's not about how you feel. Think about who you are. Go and train and learn because that's who you are. You're going to develop the skills. And I'm not saying look, I went into new directions and that is possible because I proved it. But find out when you work out what you really want to do and what you know and what you flow in, what you're good at, then refine that and get good at that. Become the best in that where people will pay you for your skills. And I promise you, if you're disillusioned or you're sitting back and you're not feeling well about this whole retirement thing, and we're all aging, and we've got to fight that. There is definitely a path forward, but it's going to take a bit of grit. It's going to take a bit of networking. It's going to take a little bit of investment, but get some revenue flowing into your life as soon as possible. And we're going to talk the next video we're going to talk about is finances, and how that look, my experience in that, and I made it work. So I can talk about these things because I made it work through God's grace and mercy. And I must say, I was on my knees. I prayed a lot. I believe in Jesus Christ that saved us. I pray every day, because when we have to stay humble, ask for wisdom, and you will start, the answers do come. But it's not it's you in the God's waiting room. Sometimes it's not so easy, and you've got to go through that path of learning and being resilient and understanding the process and getting up early in the morning. There's so many principles. So retirement is not sitting on the patio. We can go and sit on the patio and look over the lake, look over the beach, and then 2 days later, I'm already bored. Like, let's go and train. Let's go and do something. What are you reading? I've just read some very good books that we'll go over that really made me think. And I think that's what books do. They mentor you. They make you think. But it's about that humility. It's about asking the Lord for help, for favor, for that wisdom and insight from God. Reading Psalms. And I think if we do that, there's hope, because there must always be hope. There will always be hope. And we'll talk more about overcoming those obstacles in the weeks and months ahead. So we've got a series planned. We've got a lot of things that we want to talk about, and I really believe it's going to help. So what we do at the end of every show is the following, if I can just get to it. So at the end of every show, we believe the Bible has the answers, because that's the manual of life. That is the absolute truth. So if you look at Proverbs 3:24, this is deep, and it's a lot of wisdom that comes out of the Bible. If we follow, some consultants just use Proverbs as their base, and they do quite well, because that's where does the wisdom come from. So 24, if you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. Do not be afraid of sudden terror, or the ruin of the wicked when it comes. For the Lord will be your confidence, and will keep your foot from being caught. Do not withhold good from those. It goes on about don't be a pain in the ass. Don't withhold good from those who it's due, when it's in your power to do so. Okay, but the point is, what I want to talk about this passage is basically the verse 26, where the Lord will be your confidence. How confident are you? And I think the life can beat it out of us, and we need to have that authority, knowing that the Lord is with us. And the only reason I started these companies, I said, Lord, please show me what to do. Help me, because I'm not the brightest oak around, and I needed help, and I had grit. So it doesn't matter how smart you are. And I hope that encourages people. But if you follow the principles in the Bible, and we're trying to interpret them and help you, and know that you can be confident because the Lord is with you. But obviously, you've got to understand that process and get closer to God. Have a quiet time. Read the Bible. The wisdom's all there. I'm only going to talk about certain things in Psalms and say that I'm going to share that with you, because I believe that's where the wisdom is. None of us have all the answers. Absolutely not. But I'm just living proof that the Lord helped me. I've seen so many miracles. I was humble. Life beat me a few times hard. I went through some hectic stuff, and I made it through. And my encouragement is to talk to your peers. It's great talking to guys in our network to see what they're going through, and just learning from others all the time. And then how do we get better in every area of life? So we'll talk more about finances and training and staying fit and healthy. There's lots to cover, but I think that's it for today. So be encouraged that it is possible. And every second week or every week, we're going to be dropping another episode, and we're going to go through our whole 21 principles. So stay with it, subscribe, like it. And I'm sure my mission is to help others as what I went through. It's not something I read. It's something that I've walked this path. So I can lead you through it because I've done it. And that's what it's going to be about. So honor God. See you next time, and take care.